Hey, welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, a podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
And I am Kyle.
Kyle, we had an awesome opportunity a couple weeks ago to go to the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
Yeah, right there in downtown Orlando.
Yeah, at the Orlando Science Center.
Yeah, the beautiful venue at the Orlando Science Center.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's cool to have first of all, it's cool to be invited back for a second year.
For sure.
And then it's cool to go to a whiskey festival in a venue like that where there's just so much going on. You know, it's not just like a big warehouse. It's not like a stadium kind of space. Like, you know, we've been to Beer Fest and other whiskey festivals like that, but this is different.
Yeah, it's a really unique space to have whiskey. Like, what was it? 4 floors?
Yeah.
You've got all these different exhibits areas that the whiskey is just scattered throughout everything. So it's almost kind of like a bit of a treasure hunt. You're going around seeing what you can find where they've got whiskey hidden. But super great event.
Yeah, just random bottles in different places.
Yeah, like just, oh, man. Didn't see that table over there, but let me go see what they got.
Yeah, that was cool because I know that we both walked into the section. They have a exhibit right now that's about, you know, spies and that kind of thing. And so like the way that they do the exhibit for the Orlando Science Center really kind of allowed you to wander through, and like you would turn a corner and you're like, oh wow, there's 4 tables here of great whiskey to try.
Right. Yeah, you almost needed some sort of like a treasure map to like really understand where they had hidden all the little goodies throughout the space.
Yeah, because I know that we unfortunately missed something.
Yeah, we tried to explore as much as we could, but I think that's the other great thing about it. Like, it's such a well-attended event, and everybody there is whiskey nerds wanting to talk about whiskey, and that's what absorbed the vast majority of our evening, was just talking with people.
Yeah, we were up on the top floor, kind of the main event space. Behind us was a balcony of sorts where you could kind of go out, and there's a bunch of different whiskey out there, different brands out there. Because of where we were, we got an awesome opportunity to meet a ton of people.
Yeah, high volume area.
Yeah, and my experience was people, like you just said, people wanted to talk about whiskey.
Yeah, for sure. As people walk by, like, I mean, it was it was good for us because there was a queue that was like right in front of our space. And as people were queued up to try whiskey and some cocktails and things, we could just sit there and chat with the people while they're in line, get their thoughts on it. What's the best whiskey you've had tonight? What's the most interesting thing you've seen? And just kind of, you know, absolutely have that little conversation of just whiskey investigation right there in line.
Yeah, and what I enjoyed about that, what you just said, is, you know, hearing about other people's stories, because they're all, you know, vastly different, but there's this unifying thing, and that's whiskey. Yep. And to me, that's what whiskey and Drep and Stone and the whole thing is all about. It's bringing people together and having conversations about our whiskey journeys.
It's just that sharing of information, because you probably know something about something that I don't know. I might know something about something that you don't know. And just that's always like the fun part about drinking whiskey and talking about whiskey, is having those kind of revelations. And that's always like, I mean, how many contacts did we make from that have already like, where people just have connections that you just don't even realize, that it just creates, you know, more intrigue and gives you more information.
Yeah, that, and just meeting with listeners and like oh, hey, you guys are here.
Right.
Which is super fun, because just the medium that we're in, like, yes, we get out, we talk to people, we do a bunch of different events and stuff like that, but nothing like this, where we were actually able to have fairly long interactions with people. And just, you know, not that we're there representing any specific brand of whiskey, but we're just talking to people about their whiskey experiences. And that's where people really open up. And that's where like the meeting, like we said, the meeting happens. And that's, oh man, it's such a cool experience.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's my big takeaway from it, in terms of like other whiskey festivals that we've done, where if a space feels too cramped and too crowded, it's hard to navigate. And it's even hard to have conversations because you're so claustrophobic, where the great benefit of this venue is that there's so much space. You never felt overly crowded. You never felt like you were having to push through people to get to things. Like, there was plenty of space. You could, you know, absolutely navigate easily enough. And Yeah, it's just like the perfectly cool, nerdy whiskey event because it's in a
Yeah,
science center and it's about the science.
exactly. And this year, Kyle, was the 10th anniversary of the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Big
Yeah,
1-0.
I know. And we were talking to Mark and Sean, the founders of the Orlando Whiskey Festival and Whiskey and Biz. And we did an episode with them, episode 231, where we did like a behind the scenes of the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
That was a ton of fun. That was a great episode, and it was great to reconnect with them and just continue on with this partnership.
Yeah. So we were talking with Mark and Sean, and I think if I remember correctly, Mark mentioned that, first of all, this is the 10th anniversary, as we said, and it is the highest attended Orlando Whiskey Festival. And they could have a lot more tickets and they could invite a lot more people, but they specifically set a number and they said, this is how many we're going to invite and allow in, just because it can get crowded. And so many other whiskey festivals, we've been to, it's like, wow, there's so many people here that it makes it unenjoyable and difficult to get and try and sample things that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like kind of the biggest bummer of an event is if it gets too crowded and the lines are too long, then it's just, it just gets frustrating.
Yeah, and that's again what the Orlando Whiskey Festival does so well is that, there are little, bottlenecks here and there and things like that happen when people are just standing around chatting. But everything moves really well. Obviously people are wanting to sample a bunch of different things. And I think Mark said that there's 1,400 people. It was 1,400 or 14 million. I don't know which. And I'm going to say it's 14 something.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was so cool and unique about where we were located at the event, we were at the top floor, and it was kind of like, it was an interesting like flow of like everybody seemed to kind of go up to the top and then work their way back down, which I think was really smart. But again, because that top floor was so well packed up there with the balcony, everything that was out there, us, obviously, big draw up there. But then right next to us was Broadstreet Infamous. Which so that's the distillery of the guys that put on the show. Like that's their whiskey. They're the founders of Broadstreet Infamous.
Yeah, what was really cool about being next to them is that Mark came over and he's like, "Hey guys, we've got a bunch of new expressions. Do you want to try them?" And of course, we're nerding out. And we're like, "Absolutely, bring over all of your expressions. Do it. Let's do it."
Yeah. This was kind of something that just happened in the moment. We didn't know that they were going to have this right next to us. We didn't know that they were going to bring over samples, but we were able to kind of like Frankenstein this together really quickly to make it happen. And it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was such a cool experience, not only to have Mark there walking us through all of their new expressions, but to do it in a venue and a space that we really enjoy.
Yeah, it was great.
So I have an idea. As you said, we kind of were able to Frankenstein this tasting together. I think we cut to a little bit of that tasting. What do you think?
Yeah, let's hear what we had to say.
All right, here we go.
We're here with Mark. What do you got for us today?
Well, we got 3 different expressions for you guys to try.
Awesome.
You guys know that we're debuting our product here at the Orlando Whiskey Festival, our
Definitely.
bourbons. We've got 3 bourbons, right? We've got our Legacy, which is a 92 proof bourbon, okay?
Ooh, okay.
And then we have our Weeder Select, which
Okay.
is a wheated bourbon at 99 proof. And then we also have a 109 Prohibition Proof 8-year bourbon.
All right.
So we're
what we
gonna
got
start.
first?
We're gonna start with the first one, basically.
Okay.
So we'll pour a little bit in here. This might be our first official tasting / review
Oh, wow.
type of thing. So we'll see.
Okay.
I want to get your opinions about it. Now, don't forget, I know you guys are connoisseurs, but you know about nose palate finish, right?
Indeed.
And you have the official Copita, first time
I
ever at
know.
the Orlando
Yeah, look
Whiskey
at these
Festival.
things.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
We've
they're
always
great.
done Glencairns. We're like 10-year anniversary. We got to have a Copita.
Well, I
right?
saw the Copitas downstairs, and I was like, this is great.
Shout out to Darren at Glencairn.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be stoked to see this.
Yeah, you will. Ooh, on the nose.
We actually got this from Glencairn.
Yeah.
because they
Yeah, we've
produce it.
got good friends there.
Yeah, we've been getting Glencairns for them for the 10 years now.
Yeah.
And this is our biggest order, 1,600. We got 1,500 people coming to the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
Incredible.
Yeah, beautiful nose. You said a cherry note?
Yeah, I get sweet cherry,
Yeah.
little cereal note.
There's some like baking spices in there too. Fantastic nose.
And these are our brand new labels we just got. We've only, up to this point, we've only done prototype labels. So they were actually a little more bold. But the way this came out, it came out a little more elegant, I feel like. It's not so in your face, but on a shelf, you still will be able to see it. It's pretty obvious.
I'm going in.
Go in, man. I've already gone in, so.
That's okay. Oh, yeah. What's not to like?
No, yeah, that's real pretty.
It's just a drinkable, it's a
It's
drinkable
drinkable. The
bourbon.
mouth feels great. It's not super watery.
Yeah.
It's got a good bite.
It's got a real nice bite. And
Lovely
92.
oak note.
And 92, which I think is kind of difficult sometimes to get a good oak bitter and a good oak bite.
And you know what's weird is when we were doing the configuration and the formulation with this, we wanted to go to 88.
Right.
But it wasn't working.
Yeah.
It was a little watered down. We had to do 92.
Right.
We were trying to go to 88, but we didn't because this one's really for the everyday drinker.
Sure.
It's for the commonsier.
Right.
Not exactly
I like
the
that. I like that.
We coined that 10 years ago. We never trademarked it, but you can have it for free if you want.
We appreciate it.
Yep. And
Yeah,
then
no,
this one it honors Sheriff L.L. Wyatt. Now the cool thing about this guy is our distillery is going to be built in Greensboro, Georgia, right?
Right.
So during the 40s, this was the sheriff, and he actually went after bootleggers and moonshiners and had gunfights with them. So now we're bringing actual legal distillation to the state of to Greensboro, Georgia.
Yeah.
And that's basically our legacy series. So it's kind of a limited run because maybe once this is done, we'll do another one to honor, another
Sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now
that's
this
beautiful.
is to be fully transparent, a lot of whiskey brands that come out, they're not transparent, right? We're extremely transparent. When you look on the back, you see where it's distilled. We got this from MGP, where we formulated it. So this is a blend that we came up with. So it's a unique blend.
Yeah. What I really love about that is most people will do distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and they won't say this came from MGP.
Right.
But I mean, we've had a lot of stuff. MGP, it's fantastic. So why not? Not only show like, hey, we've done this.
We're not trying to hide
this.
anything.
Yeah.
You can't start we are actually building a distillery. We're going to have our Act 1 Clear Whiskey, which is going to be a flagship. We're going to have another product as well.
Sure.
But we can't release that for a few years until we
a while.
get to that point.
Yeah.
And this is basically how we got to get to market,
Yeah.
Can I be like a little nerdy?
Yeah.
All right, so you go to MGP. Are you selecting barrels? You're blending it and trying to make that magic happen?
Yeah, that's a good question. What we ended up doing is we went there and we tried their whole portfolio. There's about 12 to 13 different ones they produce all the time.
Sure.
They're actually known for their 95% rye. Believe it or not. That's kind of what they made them famous. And that's a straight up rye. Like minty, peppery, like it's wonderful.
Right.
But we ended up not doing that one. And so once we tried them all, then we had them mail some stuff to us that we liked, the best ones, 4 to 6 barrels, different types.
Right.
And then we just worked on formulating a ratio that was a unique ratio.
For sure. And you did that in-house.
We did that here, yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Me
awesome.
and Sean, who's the co-founder of the Orlando Whiskey Festival as well. He's a partner in this as well. And then Lorenz is the CEO. He's the master distiller.
Right.
He's like, you guys do your thing. I trust you. He actually just tried this for the first time yesterday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah,
I hope.
exactly. Like,
At this point, we're in it.
5,000 bottles.
Yeah. At this point, it's got to be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What a cool experience.
And also, to have a great product. I mean, you can have great labeling, you can have, fancy bottling and all that.
Right.
But if it doesn't match, the liquid doesn't match all that, why?
And do you want to know the retail on this?
What's that?
It's $39.99,
Wow.
which is pretty
and
good.
And a great
for a
price.
startup.
Yeah,
exactly.
great price.
For an age-stated whiskey, yeah, that's great.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask, what's the infinity?
That's a really long story.
Oh, all right.
That's a really long story. But basically, wow, how can I summarize it in like less than a minute? Okay, me and Lorenz, we're actually in a music group. We're in a rap group.
Okay.
And we were basically the Infinite Syndicate.
Gotcha.
Now, the sad part of the story is that my brother, he passed on about 8 years ago, and he was called Infamous. That was his
That was
his name. So the whole infinity, we've always been like,
man.
it's forever, it keeps going. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you're giving me chills.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a really
tribute
cool
to
story
him.
behind.
Yeah, that's.
There's a really cool story behind the whole thing and how it happened.
Yeah.
That'll be another podcast.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. That's
But
Absolutely.
I'll come back and do the next one, which is the Weeder Select
Definitely.
in a little bit.
Sounds great.
All right.
Fantastic.
Mark, now what are we doing?
We're doing something very special. This is
Okay.
going to be in the future.
Okay.
This is when we're building our distillery. We have our still up and running. But
Perfect.
this is our proprietary Act 1 Clear Whiskey,
Act 1 clear.
which it's a distillate, right? Like Buffalo White Dog, Buffalo
Okay.
Trace White Dog. But the unique thing about this is it's made with all 100% malted grain. All of
Oh.
it. So the corn, the barley, the rye, and the wheat, it's a 4 grain.
Okay.
And the secondary ingredient, I can't tell you the recipe because that's proprietary, but the secondary is malted barley.
Okay.
That's the unique thing about this. It's phenomenal in cocktails. if you compare a vodka drink to this drink, you'll see there's a difference. We're actually going to be doing some comparisons too.
Okay.
But I wanted you guys to try it straight from the still.
There we go.
Which is basically this. So you're gonna have a lot of comments on this with the nose right off the bat.
Yeah, like when you generally think white dog, you think a lot of like cornmeal, cornbread, those
This is
corny
malty.
notes. This is very malty.
Yeah. I mean, it's malty, and then underneath that, it's corn.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's there, but like it's caramel corn.
Yeah.
It's
I let Wes Henderson's sons try this. Just
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
They're here with their new brand, True Story, which you guys got to interview him.
Yep.
Because that's a big deal.
That is a big
Wes
deal.
was going to come, but he's got the flu, unfortunately.
Come on.
But Wes is a close friend of ours. He's a mentor of ours, and he's tried this before. They just tried it. It blew them away. Let's see if it's 99 or 125.
Okay.
Let's figure it
So,
out.
real quick, before we do that, what I like about something like this is there's nowhere to hide. Like it's not aged, so you don't have a barrel note, you don't have all of that to hide behind. So what you're getting is a pure distillate.
It's a mash, yeah.
What are you getting out of this? Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how Lorenz, our master our master distiller, came up with it.
Yeah.
But he really did it.
Okay.
Like, it's crazy.
So you said this is either 99 or
125. I'm sure it's 125.
I think it's the 125. That's got a nice bitey tongue to it.
That's the 125. I would be shocked if it wasn't.
What do you think of the sweetness, though? It's crazy, right?
Remarkable, like ribbons of sugar. Like it's not grain sugar.
Yeah.
It's way smoother, but delightful.
It's got a citrusy style to it.
Citrusy,
Absolutely.
and there's this really nice pepper aftertaste. Like as you kind of breathe out, it's really nice, like bold black pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like as just a white dog-ish.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's fantastic.
And you've tried it in a cocktail with the martini,
Oh
right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
tried the
that's
malted,
right.
Chocolate malted.
Yeah, and that was
martini.
fantastic as well.
Yes.
It blends really well with the sweet there too.
Yeah, and this and a mule is really good.
Oh.
We did the Georgia mule last year at the festival as well.
No, that is fantastic.
Great stuff.
It's
I can't
it's
wait
really
to see
remarkable.
what you do with this in a barrel.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Actually, Lorenz has a few little barrels that he's got that had like a stainless steel insert or something. He was telling me about it. Next time I go visit him in Georgia, he's already been aging it for like 8 months. We'll see. I mean, it's a small
8
barrel.
months, but 8 months.
A little quarter cask.
Yeah,
But yeah,
That's
we're definitely
fantastic.
going to start doing experimental stuff once we have the still up and running.
awesome. All right, well, Mark, what's next?
Yeah, delightful.
Well, what's coming up next is going to be the 99 proof Weeder Select,
All right,
which kind of we're going backwards. We should have done this last.
that's fine.
Screwed up. We got to
all
normalize.
good.
We got to normalize our pattern right now.
Yeah,
A little bit.
no, it's all right. Perfect.
So cheers.
Cheers.
So this is going to be our Broadstreet infamous Summer Wheat Weeder Select Bourbon Whiskey, aged for 4 years, proof down to 99 proof.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little bit more of a connoisseur's drink.
Ooh.
It's
okay.
got, obviously it's a wheated bourbon, so that it's the secondary ingredient is wheat.
Okay.
And obviously corn is up there at the top because it's a bourbon whiskey.
Sure.
So let's pour you some.
Yeah, please do.
Lorenz is like Billy Mays. Have you heard of that guy?
Yeah, he's like.
He's like the greatest infomercial
Wow.
salesman ever.
So you got OxyClean over there?
All right, 4 years. What do you got on the nose?
I see the relationship, and yeah, you're just adding in more of that like honey nut Cheerio, that weeded
Dusty bookshop.
Dusty wheat pill.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite note. Dusty
bookshop?
Dusty bookshop. In like the best way. Like
I'm
you walk into
closing
like
my eyes right now to imagine that.
Yeah, open that copy of.
Oh yeah, dude,
Scotch
it's like an
Fitzgerald.
old flavor.
Yeah.
But a wonderfully old
old
flavor.
flavor. No, for sure. It's you walk into like a used bookstore and it's just like, okay, this is a comforting.
Smells like the Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. The Gatsby is our kind of our design a little bit. You see the
totally.
background?
Yeah,
for
sure.
That's kind of what
I
Sean
love
went
that.
for.
Art Nouveau, yeah.
Yeah. It's really bright. Like, which is interesting because when I think of a weeder, I think of something that's like that kind of, again, dusty, refined.
Sure.
But on the nose here, it's bright, it's floral, and I really like that. It's
Very
it's
floral,
great.
but it's
Yeah.
got that cherry, like it's got that fruit as well.
Absolutely.
Lovely bouquet.
Ooh.
Lovely bouquet.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
And it carries over to the palate.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Drinkable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Drinkable, but also if you want to sit there and pick it apart, you absolutely can. Nuanced and drinkable, which I think is a hard thing to pull off. Where you have that like.
This is more desserty to me. This is more cordial. This is more after dinner.
Oh.
It's got a more of the sweeter
I can see a
notes.
cigar happening with this.
Absolutely.
Literally
And they
just.
got
think of
cigars
it.
outside too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our 92 proof is, it's a high rye, first of all. So this has got that like subtle, it's just got that like taking the edge off. all the way, all around.
Man, that is fantastic. So the hard question becomes, which one are you going to get another pour of?
Well, there's a good chance I'll come back and do the Prohibition Proof with you guys after, and that'll be the last one.
Okay. We have to do it. Yeah, okay. It makes sense. Twist our arm. All right, Mark, you said that the last one was our last one.
I lied to you.
But now you brought us another bottle.
Well, this is the Mac Daddy, basically.
The Mac Daddy.
Remember how I said the other one was for the commonsier?
Yes, I do remember that.
This is for the connoisseur.
Okay.
So this is the one that's going to be not a 4-year bourbon. It's going to be an 8-year bourbon. And we proofed this one down to 109 proof.
Proofed it to 109?
109 proof.
109, all right.
It's actually the same recipe as our Legacy, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a blend of a couple different profiles that we get from MGP. And this one, though, is an 8-year, so it's aged for twice as long.
Twice as long, and the proof is kicked up a little bit.
Kicked up, yep.
Yeah, okay.
So you're going to get the complexity, you're going to get the richness, the mouthfeel, the viscosity, all that stuff. So let's pour it, guys. Now, I've been getting rave reviews about this one from people. We actually just did a video. It's kind of, I know our stuff's good, but it's surprising for people to tell you, like, well, this is really good. And I was like, it's because I have been in whiskey, guys, since 2012.
Exactly.
I've tried every single expression of bourbons out there. I've tried antique collections many years in a row, Pappies, everything. I've had it all. And there's some really good stuff out there.
Sure.
So my comparison is like, I'm way up there.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes
and
to
I can say for us, it's similar. We've had so much stuff that at some point it's like, okay, when we say this is good, we mean this is good.
But you guys started with Scotch, right? Scotch was your thing or no?
No, we started bourbon.
Bourbon, okay.
We expanded into Scotch.
Let's do a cheers real quick.
Okay. Oh.
Same proof as the 92, or not same proof. Same
recipe.
Same recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. The heritage is there. You're smelling all those same notes. I get a cherry right off the top.
You talking about the Legacy?
Yeah.
You said heritage.
Well, I'm saying they're related.
The heritage, right.
I feel how they're connected. I feel like they're all from the same family.
This is a high rye bourbon as well.
Gotcha.
I would say probably similar to the Four Roses high rye, that they have that kind of ratio in a sense.
Yeah, I can definitely get the rye. It's that like
it's that piney rye.
Piney, slight cinnamon. Oh, fantastic.
Sorry, I went way ahead of you.
Oh, it's okay.
You got to catch up.
That's okay.
You got to catch up.
Went down the wrong way.
This is his first time. This is his first time.
Wrong way.
He's sloshing. He's coughing. I don't know who this guy is.
All right, so thoughts. Super sweet, caramelly. Oh.
It's rich.
Rich is right. And what I really like about it, too, is it's clingy on the outside of my palate. And it's a little oily, which I really enjoy.
Great mouthfeel.
Yeah. It was 108?
109.
109, like, I don't know. If you just handed me this and said, this is 109, I don't know if I believe you.
Like 105, 104
yeah.
maybe? Yeah.
I think it punches up a little bit.
Are you sure you just haven't had too much to drink?
Well,
It might be the event.
It might be the event.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, it happens. It gets the best of us.
Guys, I don't know what it is, but, we've always had Glencairns for our festivals. But just holding a Capita makes you feel more pro.
It does.
It's something special about a Capita.
I was telling Sean I did a tasting at Bunnahabhain, and that's all they use for their Warehouse 9.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, Copitas? He's
how many times have you been in Scotland?
Just once. Been to Ireland been to Ireland once, been to Scotland once.
So is Bunnahabhain Isla?
Bunnahabhain's an Island
like
Scotch.
one of the lighter peated ones.
Yeah,
Did you go to any of the big ones?
We did, yeah. We did a whole Speyside tour. We did. We went to Talisker. We did Johnny Walk. We did the whole. We did all of them. We did more distilleries than I'm willing to admit. Yeah, it was a fantastic experience.
That's one thing I haven't done yet.
As much as I love the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, if you go, at some point you need to go to Scotland. Not if, but when you go to Scotland, doing those distilleries there are what the Bourbon Trail wishes they were.
Really?
It is fantastic. I tell him, like, this is it. Mark, we really appreciate not only allowing us to be here and share this with the Drep & Stone listeners, but also sample this amazing Broadstreet infamous whiskey.
Well, good. You enjoyed it?
Enjoyed it.
And this concludes our evening.
No.
Will you guys be able to go walk around and enjoy the event?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Please do.
We will.
Yeah.
We absolutely will. Mark, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. And it's been a lot of fun.
You guys are lifers now. You'll be here every year.
Definitely. Real quick, one more toast.
One more toast.
Cheers.
Such a cool experience, again, to be able to meet with Broadstreet Infamous, to sample all their new expressions, and to do it at the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
Yeah, and it's always so much fun to be able to talk to somebody that like you can clearly hear Mark's love and his like excitement over this product, over this whiskey, and that certainly like enhances your experience with it. To be able to like hear the passion that's going into it, that's always such a great experience to be able to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only does Broadstreet Infamous have a great product, but it's clear they love what they're doing. And what's a better combination than that?
That was certainly the highlight of my evening.
Absolutely. So again, we want to thank all of our friends at Orlando Whiskey Festival. Mark and Sean, thanks again for allowing us to come out and hang out with you guys. And we can't wait for the next 20 years of the Orlando Whiskey Festival.
You're doing the thing. Keep absolutely crushing it. This is fantastic stuff.
Well, we'd love to know what you think about the Orlando Whiskey Festival. If you got a chance to go and maybe even meet us, sample some Broadstreet Infamous. And we'd also love to know, what do you think about whiskey festivals as a whole?
Yeah, like if you haven't made it to the Orlando Whiskey Festival this year or in the past 9 years, make sure you absolutely get there next year.
Yeah, and if there's a whiskey festival that's local to you, let us know, and maybe we can hang out with you guys.
Be fantastic.
Well, you can get in touch with us through email. It's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone, DREP and Stone. Come find us. See some of our media. We'll look at some of yours, and it'll be a great experience for all of us.
Yeah, we'll share in the whiskey journey together.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, we each have our own drink, so we're going to do a digital cheers. What do you think?
There you go.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show.
Clink.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.